So here we are going to learn that our Azure Data Engineer. The Azure Data Engineer course actually we are going to learn in this training. The Azure Data Engineering we are going to learn the Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory is one of the resource on the Azure platform. This one actually we are using for the ETL purpose. The ETL purpose we are using. And one more resource, the important one, we will see that one, Azure Data Bricks. So these two resources are important. If you are saying like this one that working on the Azure Data Engineer now, so these two should be there. Okay. So the Azure Data Factory and Azure Data Bricks. So Azure Data Factory and Azure Data Bricks. The Azure Data Factory is a totally graphical user interface. So drag and drop features only we are going to use it. Easy to learn. So mostly this one we are going to use it for that ETL and ELT purpose. We can use it. The data bricks, that one we are going to use that one dealing with the big data transformations, the big data. So the Spark environment, we will use it in the Azure Databricks. So this Spark environment, the Spark environment, here we are going to use it. So for the Spark, we need Python and PySpark. So all these things actually we will learn it very detailedly in that hour. So here, the Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Bricks, then we will learn the other resources now. The Azure Key Vault. The Azure Key Vault. Then we will use that one. Logic Apps, Azure Logic Apps. And we will learn how we can interact with that. Snowflake Data Warehouse. Snowflake Data Warehouse. How to connect with that AWS S3. AWS S3. How we will connect with that Cosmos DB. How we can connect with that our REST API. If our source is API, how we can connect with that REST API. Suppose if your data are available or your data want to store it into that your on-premises. So that on-premises, So how we will connect? All these things actually we will learn it when we are learning that Azure Databricks. So when you are learning the Databricks, so we should learn Python and PySpark. We are going to use it. PySpark language, we are going to use it in the Databricks environment. To understand the PySpark, we should have that Python knowledge. So we are going to learn the Python also. So this is a high level, that Azure data engineering perspective. So what we are going to learn it now, all these things actually we are going to learn it. Few more concepts also we will learn it. Simply I have so mentioned the high level. Right. Now, let's come to that one. The scenario, I'm going to take it. Why the data engineers need, what they are going to do. Here, in the all business, they are getting the data. All business, they are getting the data. The data here, we may store it the database, or you may have that your data, the files, the flattened files, like CSV, JSON, like that. So any one of the source, you may have it, your business data.
Say hi, Shwar, this is Surya here. Hello?
Yes, Surya, yes.
Yeah. Can you tell, we will cover this Azure SQL, Cosmos DB, and Synaptical Analytics. There will be some other options, right, for Microsoft.
Azure SQL, we will see. Azure's Cosmos DBs, we will see how to connect with the one, but Cosmos DBs, we are not going to learn it. We are going to use it as a source. So Synapse Analytics, we are not going to cover.
Okay. And similarly with the other things also, there will be HQ in chain.
Please listen. I'll show you everything, whatever I'm going to. The detailed content also I will show you.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. So here, we are having the different sources. We are having the different sources. This different sources, data, you will get it from that business applications. You may have that business application. Any one of the business application, you may have it. For example, simple example, I'm taking that our training business I'm taking. So we are having that online application for the inquiry purpose or registration purpose. So the data, it will be entered in this application. That data, when they are submit, it will be loaded into that database. The database inside, it will have that table. So here, the table, it will be like this one. The table will have that column details. This one, the name. This one, email. And this one, So mobile contact number. This one going to be location. So like this. After filling that all the details, so there will be a save button. Once you click that save button, the data, it will be stored into this table. It will be stored into this table. Here, we are having name, having that name, that mail ID, that your mobile contact, then you are having that location detail. So the every inquiry details or registration details, it will be stored like one record. It will be stored like one record. Whenever they are click the save button, it will come this email ID here, the mobile number here, the location here, like this. Each person, whenever they are clicking the save, after filling the data will be stored here. Right. So here, this data we are getting from the business application, front-end application. So we will get the data here. And here, this is Excel data I'm having. The Excel data I'm having. So the direct walk-in, so they will come. Right? So the walk-in data, I will collect here. So here also I'm having business data. And here also I'm having business data. The business data storages, which we are getting directly from the end user, we will store it or we will get it into the different storages. Simple example, I have taken that one is database, another one is that file format, the Excel. Like this, every business. So our business data, we will have it different types of storages. That business data, now what I want to do now, I want to analyze. I want to analyze that business data. So to find that one, from where I'm getting so more inquiries, for which course I'm getting so more inquiries. So for from which country I'm getting more inquiries. Like this, I want to take that analysis. But if I want to take that analysis, any business, the data I want to analyze and I want to so plan accordingly based on that business requirement. So for that one, first, if you're keeping all this data in these different storages now, it will not be easy to analyze because we are having different data. And also, I'm not sure whether all that data, all that business data, what I'm got directly from the end users or that the human resource. So I cannot say that one all data will be in that expected format, which we need for that analysis purpose. Actually, what we want to do it now, we want to bring all these different storage environment data into that our one final destination storage environment. Actually, this final destination environment is called data warehouse. Every business, they are keeping that business data, the data warehouse finally. So here, I want to bring all the data into that data warehouse environment. The data warehouse environment, if I'm bringing that one, So what I want to do here also, I will have that table. Here also, I will have that table. See, here I'm having 4-column data. Here I'm having, 5-column data. In the Excel, I'm having 5-column data. The table, I'm having 4-column data. Which is wrong? I'm not sure. Something is wrong. But all datas, the destination, I'm going to store it in that proper structure. So 1, 2, so 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, something 5. I want to get it into the 5 datas. So this is called data warehouse. The data warehouse, nothing but same like a database only. So it will be the table structure here. So that table data, it should be cleaned format data. The table data should be cleaned format data. But my source data, it is not in that expected format. And also I want to check that one, whether all the sources data are having in that expected number of columns and all columns are having in the proper data type. Everything I want to check it. So here, all data, I want to check it. And then finally, I want to load it into that our data warehouse environment. This is the nature of the data engineer's task. For this one, technically what we are going to do, it is called ETL. It is called ETL. The ETL. So extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load. So here, extract and transform load, the ETL purpose, we will use that one of the tool. There is different tools are available in the market. We will use that ETL tool. One of the ETL tool, we are going to use it. You may use that one, Informatica or SSIS or Data Stage or that Azure Data Factory or that AWS Glow. So a lot of tools are there. So here, that ETL tool, what it is going to do now? It is going to interact with your sources. So that's called extraction. It's called extraction. So you may have the data from different sources, all the sources we will connect. So this connection is called extraction. Extract. So here, transformation will be happen. Transformation for, so cleaning your data. Transformation for cleaning your data. After cleaning, I will get that proper structure data. That data, I will load it. That data, I will load it into that my destination. My destination, the data warehouse. Right? So here, extract from the source and transformation to make your data in the cleaned expected structure. Then load the data into that your data warehouse. So this is called ETL. This is called ETL. What is the transformation? Why I want to do the transformation? For that, I will give that small scenario. So here, just imagine my data having like this. My data having like this. Fine. Name. Email. Mobile. Then address. The name. Then email. And then mobile. Then address. Like this, I'm having the data. Like this, I'm having the data. Okay, just I'll keep that a single line to readable easy. Okay, fine. So here I'm having this one, that our address, it is having like this one. But in the destination, how my column is there? The name, mail ID, mobile. See, city, and what is that one? State. You can add address, country, like that you can add. Now we will take this two only, okay? But here, the data doesn't have that separate value for the city, doesn't have that separate value for the state. Here, it's there. Hyderabad is there. State name is this city name is there. State name is there. But all are in that under the address. This format is not the expected format of the data to store that city in that my destination. And state, yes, expecting separate value. So what I want to do? So here, so what I'm going to do now? This values, I'm going to split the proper expected order. So here, as of now, I'll take like this. The format I'll take like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do? This format data, I'm going to change it into these 5 columns. One for the name. Actually, 6 column we have to keep it. We can add here one more column. We can add address also. We can add, no problem. Just imagine this is for address. Okay. So now what I want to do, this value, actual, it is in that source environment, how it is now, it is in that 4 column, but in the destination, how it is expecting now, 2, 4, 6 columns. So 1, 2, this is for the mail address. This is for the mobile number. This is for the address. This is for the city and state. City and state. Like this, I want to change it. So Siva's that name. His email ID is s@s.com. And his mobile number is this one. Something, just I'll keep it like this one. And his address is number 12. So Prime Road. And I made it. And here, the city name is Hyderabad. And state name is Telangana state. Fine. Like this, every record, source, it will have that 4 columns. Then we have to do that transformation like this one using this field value. Now our requirement is this address field. We want to do the transformation like this. So this one going to be name, mail, mobile, address, city, and state. So that data, it will be stored here. That data, it will be stored here. So here also, the same format we may have it, but we have to do the changes, the transformation, like this format, this expected format. Right? So now, so what I want to do, all these things, how I can do it now, using the ETL, I can do it. Then only, what I can use it now, this data, actually, I'll connect to that analysis or reporting tool. Analysis or reporting tool. Right? The reporting tool. So actually, we are using Power BI. So you may have that Power BI tool. That Power BI tool will connect with that your database. That Power BI will connect with that your database. So here, this one will be connected. The Power BI can do that one, data analysis and report development. This is the flow will be followed in every project. Okay. Our main role is here. This ETL part. We may have that our business data in the different storages environment. We have to analyze the data first. Then we have to connect with that environment, all the data, we have to bring it into that our ETL tool. From the ETL tool, we have to do that all the required transformations like this. This is a simple example. Then after that, we will get that cleaned format data. That cleaned format data, we have to load it into that our data warehouse. This is that our task. The source, how we are going to use it, it's different. It's any source you may have it. You may have that SQL DB, Oracle DB, SAP, or you may have that Teradata. So, or physical files, that format files, that JSON format files, or CSV files, or Parquet files, any files, any storage source, you may use it. But using the ETL, you have to interact with that environment. Then you have to do that cleaned format data. So that transformations, you have to do it. Then you have to load the data into that your destination environment, that data warehouse. This is the roles and responsibility of that all the data engineers. Now, the ETL we are having, the ETL tool, we are going to use it for this one, right? The ETL we are having SSIS, Informatica, the data stage, Informatica Power Center, okay? The data stage. So we are having that ETL tool like this one, but all these ETL tools, we can use it only for the on-premises environment. Only for the on-premises environment. On-premises environment. But nowadays, all companies are using the cloud, right? All companies are using the cloud. See here, that cloud environment you are having your data warehouse. Your data warehouse available in the cloud environment. The cloud environment, if you are having your storage, either the source or destination, anything, just a storage I'm talking. The cloud environment, if you are having your storage now, these tools don't have the feature to connect with that environment because these all can be used only for the on-premises environment. Within that, your network, it's like a local service, the local network, the LAN only, you can use it. The on-premise environment only you can use it. But here, so what I'm having environment, the cloud environment. That cloud, imagine it's Azure cloud. It's a Azure cloud. The Azure cloud environment, if I want to connect, I can't do it. Using this SSIS or Informatica data set, I can't do it. The cloud tool need, yes, Informatica cloud is there, but having some limitations. My environment is total environment, total data, so everything I'm using in that Azure platform. So here, Azure Microsoft actually, they are already introduced that one tool is called Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory. This is the ETL tool for the cloud. This one having the feature to connect with that cloud as well as on-premises. This ETL having the feature to connect with cloud or on-premise. Right? Using this Azure Data Factory, we can do all this ETL process. You can do all this ETL process. Right? So whatever we have discussed so far, all these things we are going to do, use it that Azure Data Factory. And big data, if you're going to deal it now, the huge big data is nothing but a huge amount of data, huge volume data. The huge volume data, if you're going to use it now, then the huge volume data, if you want to do the transformations now, that time we will use that one, Databricks. The Databricks, it's available for all the clouds. It's supporting all the cloud environment. So Azure platform, they are having, it's also incorporated with that Azure platform, the Databricks. So here it is called Azure Databricks. The Azure Databricks, we can use it for the big data analysis, huge volume of data analysis purpose. We can use this one. This Azure Databricks, we can connect with that all the Azure resources. Using this Azure Databricks, we can connect with that all the Azure resources. Mostly this one, we will use it, that Azure and AWS and Google. Anywhere you can use this one. The Azure environment, it's called Azure Databricks. Okay. So this is the one we are going to do it as a data engineer. This is the one we are going to do it as a data engineer. Since we are going to learn and work that Azure platform, you can say ourselves that Azure Data Engineer. Azure Data Engineer. Right? This is going to be that your roles and responsibility. Okay. So far, any doubt?
No.
All of you clear?
Yeah, no doubt.
Fine. What about others? Was it understandable what I have explained?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. But what's the main difference between Azure Data Factory and Databricks? Is there any major difference
The
between?
data factory, totally graphical user interface, just a drag and drop features only. We are going to do it mostly. We are not going to write any scripts, but Databricks, it's a totally that script basis. We have to write the queries, the scripts actually using the PySpark and Python or Scala or SQL. We have to write the queries, scripts actually, we have to write it.
Okay. So is there any difference between performance wise or
Yes.
some
Yes,
building?
that Azure Data Factory having some limitations to connect and dealing that huge amount of data. But any size of data, we can deal with that using the Databricks. So mostly that performance perspectively, when we are working with that huge amount of data, we will go with the Azure Data Factory, sorry, Databricks.
Okay.
Or like, can we get the project or like the project work, like how the end-to-end project, I mean to say.
Sorry, you are asking me or you are asking that
Yes,
companies?
yes. No.
Yeah, that one options we will have that one. So that end-to-end guidance, I'll give that one. So after completing this all the content.
Okay.
Yeah, one more, Paul, sir. So is there any open source for this Azure Data Factory, or how we are going to use from our end?
No open source for Azure Data Factory. In the Azure Data Factory, we have to create the account in that Azure platform. So that first 30 days, it will be trial. And after that one, you have to upgrade your subscription into the pay-as-you-go. The pay-as-you-go, you can use it for that your hands-on practice purpose. Azure Databricks, actually, yes, we can use that one community version. The Databricks community version, we can use it. But the Databricks, how it is working in that Azure platform, if you want to check that one, then again, you have to come to that one Azure platform. In the Azure platform, we can create that Azure Databricks 30 days, 14 days trial workspace is available. You can create that 14 days trial workspace and then you can do the practice. So it will not be any chargeable. But Data Factory, after that 30 days, whatever you're using, the Data Factory or Logic Ops, anything. So it will be chargeable. That one, you can it's manageable only. So you can control it for one learning purpose only. You're going to use it. So you can control that billing charges actually within that 500 or 600 rupees per month.
Okay.
I'll tell you how to use that one.
Yes, I have one thing. Here we are going to discuss this Azure Data Lake as well, right? Zen2.
Yeah, that's what I missed, right? Yeah, I'll tell you the storages perspective. What are the storages we are going to use it now? We are going to use that one Azure Blob Storage. So this is one of the storage. We are going to use it. And another storage, Azure Data Lake Storage. So this one, we are going to use it. Azure Data Lake Storage, we are going to use. And Azure SQL. Our first 5-7 classes, we will learn using that Sandbox server. It's a totally free. Using the Sandbox server, we are going to learn that our Azure SQL databases only. So, but our aim is not learning that SQL Server developer, right? So our aim is learning that Azure Data Engineering now. So we want to learn Data Factory, Databricks, the database also we want to learn it. So how we can use that Azure SQL, that part we will learn it. But we are not going to spend more time on the queries. The queries, if you want to understand or if you want to learn it now, it's a separate. The SQL Server queries, you have to learn it separately. But here we will use that one in the way of covering the content, the Azure Data Engineering content. Okay. So
Yeah.
Azure SQL database also, we will learn it. Apart from this storage,
Yes, the queries is similar to on-prem, right? SQL queries.
Yes, queries same only, same queries.
Yeah,
So all
okay.
database queries are same. So slightly will be different if you are using Oracle and SQL Server. Na? There will be slight changes, but on-premises SQL Server, whatever you are using, the same only here we are using. Just cloud environment. That's it.
Okay, I have only one final question. That is, how many how many classes it will take for the data factory? Only for the data factory?
Only for the data factory, it will come near to until that data flow concept, it will come. So 40 plus classes it will come.
Sure. Thank
Along with this, our SQL. SQL actually is alone we are having around 6 to 7 classes will come. Then introduction part, so it will come 3-5 classes. Then it will come, so 30 plus sessions, it will be in that data factory alone.
you. Yeah, okay, thank you.
So any doubts? So overall training duration, it will come around 60 hours, 55 to 60 hours, it will come along with the Databricks. Databricks scripts only we are going to write, but it's easiest way. So single lines only, but logically you have to think more. For that, you have to spend more time for the hands-on. Right? So here, this is the one we are going to learn. So this is the one we are going to learn. So before getting into this part, actually, we will learn that our SQL, some classes. So then only we'll come to here, the Azure Data Factory. So that all the components, the repeated, frequently using components, everything actually we will learn it. So everything it will be in the scenario basis only, even single scenarios actually. So it will be that based on that our real-time usage is based on that session will be there. So session it will be explained what we are going to see on that day, what scenario we are going to see on that day. So that scenario first it will be explained the theoretical way, then it will be shown in that our portal, Azure portal. So a lot of things. So we are going to learn. Here you can see that one. So around 30 only for this our transformation. So here we will swim that one. So 10 to 15 sessions. Same thing, it will be repeated for the other types of files. I will guide you how to use that one. So reading JSON file, reading XML file, CSV file, TSV file, CSV files, if you are using same concept. Same concept. The file storages method only going to be different. So same only. XML file, JSON file, if you are using source, you have to change it. The source you have to change it. So, but accessing data, using data, so doing the transformation, all will be same. So connection method only going to be different. So that part actually is, it will be easy understandable. Don't worry about that one, even though if it is coding the script part, it will be easy. Okay. So I'll guide you for that one live project. So the end-to-end, how to do that one. So then we will see that one, that our deployment part. That's a deployment part is the important one. That project part you can analyze, then you can start that your work. So deployment, we will have the separate session. This deployment is important. If you know now, it will be value added for you. Actually, deployment, we will do it in the real-time environment, getting the support of DevOps team. Support DevOps team is not available for your project. They will ask you to do that CI/CD deployment. So we also cover that pipeline deployment. So it will come around 55 to 60 hours. It will come overall in the course. So you will get the very clear idea. After that one, you can explore these technologies yourself. So you will get that that much knowledge. Fine.
Hi Shiva, could you please share the file wherein you showed us?
Yeah, that
Whatever you
file,
would
that
be
file you
teaching?
can get it from that your institute. Yeah, they will share with you, no problem.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Any doubts?
No doubt.